Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Welcome, good day, and hello to Silent Time, the opportunity to think on what is important in life. In the world, people sometimes can be cruel and do terrible things. The Bible does not shy away from describing how it went, for example, with the stoning of Stephen. In Acts 7, verse 57, with a loud cry, the members of the council covered their ears with their hands. That is, after Stephen had given a testimony of his faith and of the history. Then they all rushed at him at once, threw him out of the city and stoned him. The witnesses left their cloaks in the care of a young man named Saul. They kept on stoning Stephen as he called out to the Lord, "Lord Jesus, receive my spirit." He knelt down and cried out in a loud voice, "Lord, do not remember this sin against them." He said this and died. Sometimes we cannot understand why such things happen, and yet God has much more wisdom than we have. For example, it can help us to learn that, as it says, Stephen, even in that situation, he still prayed for his enemies. And also in the next verse it says, Saul approved of his murder. So probably, as we know that later Saul became one of the greatest missionaries. Probably the death of Stephen has contributed to that. In Psalm 116, verse 15, it says, "How painful it is to the Lord when one of his people dies. I am your servant, Lord. I serve you just as my mother did. You have saved me from death. I will give you a sacrifice of thanksgiving and offer my prayer to you." So let's, for every day that we are still alive, that death has not taken us, let's give thanks to the Lord. Lord, we praise your holy name, and we give thanks that you still let us be alive. Thank you for all that you give. Thank you for your love and for your care and for your mercy. And thank you also for your forgiveness. Without your forgiveness, we all could not withstand and stay longer. But you have saved us, and you care for us. Thank you for each day that you give us, and help us, if terrible things happen, not to fall into despair and depression, but help us to continue to look at what is good and what is right for others and for ourselves. Help us to always look at your word and guide us through this life, through all good and bad times, through all pains and also through all pleasures, on the narrow path towards your eternal kingdom, where we praise your holy name forever. Amen.